My fellow agents, this is Jason Huval. I'm the broker and founder of Central Metro Realty. Today I'm going to talk about one of our two new forms that we just introduced to help us comply with the new NAR rules. And this is the short form buyer's rep. So I'm going to show you first where to get it. I know you guys are going to have questions about this. I'm going to do my best to answer. We've talked to a lot of agents over the last several weeks here. I'm going to do my best to address everything that I can think of, and even scenarios where you're going to use this form. But this is anytime you're representing, if you're going to go and show somebody a property. Like if people were asking, hey, well, I'm at an open house and somebody comes in to look at that house, so I have to show them. Well, no, you work for the seller in that case. But if somebody came into your open house and they want to go see another property, well, now you're going to be using this form. Where do I get it? All right, so under our centralmetro.net, this is our agent resource site. You can see our videos like you're watching right here. You can see more videos like this or to see this video again. But under forms, here are our Central Metro Realty forms. And here is our buyer's rep. This is also a tenant rep. I'm going to change the wording here. But whenever you click on that, it takes you to our buyer's rep form. And so I'm just going to talk about kind of the highlight reel here. A lot of this stuff came out of the long form. You can still use the long form. There's nothing wrong with it. It's got even more protections built in. We were, really pleased to see the Austin Board of Realtors had put this out in the short form, and we've, kind of added a couple things to it. But we were excited to keep it to one page. I know a lot of agents are intimidated by buyer's rep. There are agents that have been using them for years and won't do it, don't do business without them, which I highly encourage, before this even came around. But some agents do get a little intimidated by it. And so this one-page form makes it a little easier. It's a little more palatable than the other big doc that we had before. So the highlight reel is, I'm going to talk about, this is all pretty straightforward, but definitions, market area means the state of Texas, but may be limited to the following specific properties or areas. So that means this can say 123 Main Street. It could be one home. Let's say that open house person came in and they're like, we want to see the house across the street also. Can you do that for us? Absolutely. I'm out of here at 4 o'clock. Let's do 4:30. Let me make sure I can set up an appointment. What have you. I'm going to need you to sign a form for us to be able to go. And so that's it. Can be done for one form. Could be for 1 or 2 days if you wanted to. Or a year. It doesn't really matter. But this is where you're going to set the term. The last little bit that I'm going to touch on is compensation. And again, this is relatively straightforward. There's a percentage amount they can pay you. There's a flat dollar amount they can pay you for leases that we did for 1 month or for the entirety of their lease term. But we also added this section where you can be paid for each property toured. And so that's like basically if you were a tour guide, you weren't even going to represent them. You were just going to go and unlock some doors. But you can also use these in combination. So you have a fee on the sale for you coordinating, but you also have a fee to go and tour them around with properties. You can use these together. So it's not just one or the other. But that's really it, guys. I mean, it's pretty straightforward on this form. I'm sure you're going to have other questions about it. I know one of the common things too is like, can you amend this? Or like, what if somebody's offering more money? Absolutely you can. This is a contract. Contracts can be amended. But as long as everybody agrees, that's it. And I think even we added that section in here where it does say that, I don't remember exactly where we put it, but it's basically states that they can be changed if all parties agree. And so you show a home and it's, you had $10,000 is the agreed upon amount, let's say, for example, and this deal was paying, $15,000. As long as the buyer agrees with the compensation, you guys are going to sign off on it. That's going to be fine. The next form that I'm going to talk about, or another video that you should watch, is about our addendum that confirms the broker's commissions. And so that's basically full transparency documentation. And so these two forms go kind of hand in hand whenever this is required obviously if you're just even touring somebody, but once you get into the nitty-gritty of negotiating on the deal, compensation is going to be part of that. And for commercial real estate, I've been doing this nearly 20 years. Commercial real estate rarely ever discloses what the commissions are. That's something you negotiate as part of the deal. That's where I see this going. That's likely going to be part of this is who's paying, how much, who's paying which, who's paying what amount. That's really it. I'm sure I didn't cover everybody's questions. I know this is really new, and we're going to get more as this comes up. But if you do have, you can always in the comments, you can leave a question. We'll get to you. The fastest way is to go ahead and just shoot me an email, jason@centralmetro.com, or you can call on our agent support line as well. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and y'all have a wonderful day.